Welcome to today's video. Benjamin Solomon Carson Sr. is an American neurosurgeon, author, and politician who is the 17th and current United States Secretary of Housing and Urban Development, under the Trump administration. Prior to his cabinet position, he was a candidate for President of the United States in the Republican primaries 2016. Born in Detroit, Michigan, and a graduate of Yale University and the University of Michigan Medical School, Carson has authored numerous books on his medical career and political stances. He was the subject of a television drama film in 2009. He was the Director of Pediatric Neurosurgery at Johns Hopkins Hospital in Maryland from 1984 until his retirement in 2013. As a pioneer in neurosurgery, Carson's achievements include performing the only successful separation of conjoined twins joined at the back of the head, pioneering the first successful neurosurgical procedure on a fetus inside the womb, performing the first completely successful separation of type 2 vertical cranjopagus twins, developing new methods to treat brainstem tumors, and reviving hemispherectomy techniques for controlling seizures. He has received more than 60 honorary doctorate degrees, dozens of national merit citations, and written over 100 neurosurgical publications. As a boy growing poor in Detroit's inner city, Carson grew accustomed to fighting the odds. His mother, who raised him on her own, lifted Carson up when others called him dummy. Sonia Carson, who had only a third-grade education, pushed her son to read every single day. It was the books that opened his eyes to the possibility of a better life. You know, between the covers of those books I could go any place in the world, I could be anybody, I could do anything, Carson told ABC News. So you know, it dawned on me, educate yourself, become incredibly valuable and incredibly knowledgeable and don't be a victim. Carson and his wife, Lacina Candy Rustin, met in 1971 as students at Yale University. They married in 1975 and lived in Howard County, Maryland before moving in 2001 to West Friendship, Maryland, where they had purchased a 48-acre property. Together, the couple have 3 sons, Reese, Benjamin Jr., and Murray, as well as several grandchildren. Carson, the retired neurosurgeon, is best known for separating conjoined baby twins. This video shares 10 things about Ben Carson that you need to know. Subscribe to this channel for this and more. 1. Carson and his wife are members of the Seventh-day Adventist Church. In his book Gifted Hands, Carson describes being baptized as a boy by the pastor of Detroit's Burn Seventh-day Adventist Church. At age 12, he told the pastor of another Adventist church in the Detroit suburb of Inkster that he hadn't completely grasped his first baptism and wanted to be baptized again. He has served as a local elder and Sabbath school teacher in the Seventh-day Adventist Church. His mother is a devout Seventh-day Adventist. Although Carson is an Adventist, the church has officially cautioned church employees to remain politically neutral. But he attends other churches. I spend just as much time in non-Seventh-day Adventist churches because I'm not convinced that the denomination is the most important thing, he told RNS in 1999. I think it's the relationship with God that's most important. 2. He prayed before starting any surgery. Even when I don't operate, I pray because I feel that God is the ultimate source of all wisdom, said Carson, the former Director of Pediatric Neurosurgery at Baltimore's Johns Hopkins Hospital, a role that gave him the status of an African-American hero. Quite frankly, as a neurosurgeon, there's a lot of emphasis on technical ability, but I believe that that's something that can be taught, but wisdom comes from God and I think that it's something that you have to seek. 3. He became the first surgeon to successfully separate twins who were joined at the head. In 1987, Carson was the lead neurosurgeon of a 70-member surgical team that separated conjoined twins, Patrick and Benjamin Binder, who had been joined at the back of the head. The separation surgery held promise in part because the twin boys had separate brains. Both boys entered the hospital giggling and kicking in preparation for surgery, without which the 7-month-old twins would never have been able to crawl. walk, or even turn over. The Johns Hopkins surgical team rehearsed the surgery for weeks, practicing on two dolls secured together by Velcro. According to the Washington Post, the binder surgery launched the stardom of Carson, who walked out of the operating room that day into a spotlight that has never dimmed, beginning with a press conference that was covered worldwide, which created name recognition leading to publishing deals and a motivational speaking career. On the condition the film would have its premiere in Baltimore, Carson agreed to a cameo appearance as head surgeon in the 2003 Farrelly Brothers comedy Stuck on You, starring Matt Damon and Greg Kinnear as conjoined twins who, unhappy after their surgical separation, continue life attached to each other by Velcro. In March 2013, Carson announced he would retire as a surgeon, saying he would much rather quit when I'm at the top of my game. His retirement became official on July 1, 2013. 4. He was awarded the Presidential Medal of Freedom by President George W. Bush in 2008, the highest civilian award in the United States. 5. At age 33, Carson became the youngest doctor in Johns Hopkins Hospital's history to head a division when he was appointed Director of Pediatric Neurosurgery. 6. Carson has written 6 best-selling books published by Zondervan, an international Christian media and publishing company. They include Gifted Hands, Think Big, The Big Picture, Take the Risk, America the Beautiful, and One Nation. The first book was an autobiography published in 1992. 2 others are about his personal philosophies of success, which include focused, high-quality work and what he sees as the stabilizing influence of religion. 7. He and his wife co-founded the Carson Scholars Fund, a charity that awards $1,000 scholarships to kids nationwide. They founded it after reading that U.S. students ranked second to last in terms of math and science testing among 22 countries. They also noticed that schools awarded athletes with trophies, whereas honor students only received a pin or certificate. Recipients of the Carson Scholars Fund receive a $1,000 scholarship towards their college education. It has awarded 6,700 scholarships. In recognition for his work with the Carson Scholars Fund and other charitable giving throughout his lifetime, Carson was awarded the William E. Simon Prize for Philanthropic Leadership in 2005. 8. Ben Carson's net worth is estimated at $30 million according to CelebrityNetWorth.com. He has been a professor of neurosurgery, oncology, plastic surgery and pediatrics at Johns Hopkins University, also operated on approximately 300 children a year. His work on pediatric neurosurgery in particular, has been hailed as groundbreaking, and in 2008, he was awarded the Presidential Medal of Freedom. He has also published 4 best-selling books, and has had his findings and research printed in well over 100 publications. In March 2017 he was appointed the 17th United States Secretary of Housing and Urban Development by President Donald Trump. 9. Carson had announced his intent to pursue the Republican nomination for U.S. President in 2016. The 2016 presidential campaign of Carson was announced May 3, 2015, in an interview with a local television station in Cincinnati, Ohio. He formally announced his candidacy for the Republican nomination in the 2016 presidential election at a rally in his hometown of Detroit on May 4, 2015. On March 4, 2016, Carson officially ended his campaign in a speech at CPAC. He endorsed Donald Trump on March 11. After Trump won the general election, he selected Carson to be his Secretary of Housing and Urban Development, with Carson announcing an additional administration role overseeing the repeal and replacement of the Patient Protection and Affordable Care Act. 10. Carson is a cancer survivor. In 2002, the doctor became a patient when he was diagnosed with an aggressive form of prostate cancer. Carson found out he had cancer while he was performing surgery. "I just put it out of my mind and finished the operation," he told ABC's Good Morning America. Carson is now cancer-free. Thank you for watching.